Hey Booksters, it's Morgan, and in today's video I'm going to talk about why I hate the character Nesta Archeron in A Court of Thorns and Roses. She's a very controversial character. I feel like people either love her and like will go to bat for her, or they don't like her, like me, and think she's super horrible. So whether you're pro Nesta or anti Nesta, hopefully I make some decent points, and hopefully my dogs will get out of the way for this video. I have one big main problem with Nesta, and then the rest of the issues are like things that I could potentially have looked past. But this one thing is like, I just will never be able to get over it. And that is that Nesta is the oldest sister. So obviously I'm an oldest sister too. I have a younger brother. Nesta has Farah and Elaine. She's 4 years older than Farah, which would make her, what, like 7 years older than Elaine? So she's quite a bit older. And Nesta's whole spiel on why she is the way she is because she was so mad at her dad for like giving up on them that she was like, okay, fine, then we should starve, basically. And had Nesta been an only child, I would have been fine with that storyline, right? Like, in her mind, she's being this like martyr on her ideals, basically. And so her dad stops doing stuff, she stops doing stuff, they both die, the story ends. I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me. But that's not what happens. Basically, Nesta's the oldest sister, their dad stops doing stuff, and the little girls look at Nesta and they're like, what do we do? And Nesta's like, I don't know, figure it out. And I think that's so annoying because Farah and Elaine are so much younger than her when this happens. And I just can't comprehend having a little sibling and them being like, what do we do? And me being like, give up. And so I wrote that in a Facebook group. They have these Sarah J.Maas Facebook groups where you can share your opinion on things. And I wrote that as an older sister, I can't comprehend or ever like be Team Nesta based on how she acted. And this girl commented back, very pro Nesta. The comment was a lot meaner, but the gist of it was, it's not her responsibility to take care of Farah and Elaine. And my response to that was, okay, well, if she's like, you're not my responsibility, then she can't accept Farah's hunting food. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, you're not my responsibility, but I will accept the rewards that you have created. You know, like, it's two polar things. And she does this later when Reese is paying for all of her stuff and she's getting drunk in the taverns and stuff, and then she's still being horrible to them. It's like, you can't be horrible and reap the rewards, you know? And that's my problem with Nesta, is I just feel like she thinks it makes sense and it doesn't. Yeah, so that's my main problem with Nesta. Kevin is sitting on my other points that I wanted to make. The second one is that she's just like a nasty person. Like, have you ever been in a situation that kind of sucks and someone just makes it way, way, way worse with their bad attitude? That's Nesta, like, so unnecessary. Farah's like hunting, comes back, and Nesta's just like a total dick. And you're like, why? Just be quiet. And she just can't. Like, Cassian's so nice to her, gives her so many chances, and this girl can't even be neutral nice until she's walking like 10,000 steps constantly, you know? Like, that's crazy to me that she's that mean and horrible, and it's just like so unnecessary. They give her so many chances. And the third thing is, she's an adult. Like, when this first happens, had she been like, I'm not helping, and then over the years gotten better, then okay. But she's literally like, what, 22 when we're introduced to her? So she's been an adult for a while, and there's just like no character growth. And it kind of reminds me of like when people have a member of their family who had something traumatic happen to them and they just like refuse to fix it. Like, they just like take it out on everyone else. That's Nesta. Like, the person that needs to go to therapy, that's Nesta. You know, like, she just takes it all out on everyone else, and it's just so unnecessary. And even like, spoiler alert, when she tells Farah that Farah's dying, and she doesn't do it to like be like, hey, you should know everyone's lying to you. She does it to be mean. And Farah is like, well, at least she told me the truth. And that's Farah's problem. Like, Farah's for sure like instigating it. They're like weirdly codependent, but also like it's just strange how Farah like always defends her. And I always like really related to Farah as a character, but not with the Nesta stuff. Like, Nesta and I would not get along in real life because I would be like, do something, or you're not getting the food, or like when she's getting drunk and she's in that like horrible, crazy, disgusting apartment and Cassian comes to visit her, like leave her, you know what I mean? Which Farah does for a little bit when they send her the House of Wind, but it's just like so unnecessary. And Nesta refuses to work on herself until other people are like forcing her to. So I just feel like Nesta would have never come to this on her own, even before she turned Fae. Like, I feel like she would have just continued to be horrible, as evidenced by her doing that from a young age to being like 22, 23, and having no growth at all. And also, I just hated how mean they were to Farah. Like, they were totally scapegoating Farah. And I don't like Elaine either. I think she's like one of those bystanders that you're just like, are you gonna do anything? You know? And people like give her the benefit of the doubt too, because they're like, oh, she's so sweet. And it's like, but she's still a part of the problem, you know? I'll make a video on Elaine at a different time, but I just hated everything about that. Cassian is like the nicest guy, has had some horrible trauma too, and he's still like kind and thoughtful and gives her so many chances. And I just feel like to be presented with like a sister like Farah and a potential husband like, or a mate like Cassian, and to just like be so horrible, I feel like you're just not appreciating, you know, what you've been presented with. So those are the main points on why I don't like Nesta as a character. I think she's really well written because I think a lot of people are like that in real life. I just know personally that she and I would not get along and I don't respect any of her decisions. And I also think like it was really horrible that she's so nice to the Valkyrie but so mean to her sisters. Like, if I were Farah, I would be really upset because I would be like, I've been providing all this food and like trying to take care of us, and you've just been mean to me my whole life, and then you meet these other two girls and you're gonna be nice. Like, that would annoy me so much. So those are the reasons why I don't like Nesta. Comment if you agree, if you do like Nesta, why, you know? I'm genuinely curious for people that are pro Nesta on what they would say to my response on how she's still using everyone else's resources even though she refuses to contribute. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I guess maybe in the next video I'll talk about Elaine. I did just get the acotar book set right here. I usually read on Kindle and Audible for acotar, and I think I had one book, but I think I threw it away when I moved. But yeah, so now I have the whole set here. I'm slowly adding to this bookshelf, but that is the newest edition. So yeah, feel free to comment your thoughts on Nesta and all the other characters as we prepare for the third installation of Crescent City, which comes out at the end of January, and I will see you guys in the next video.